Hi, my name is Todd Campbell. I'm a professor of science education at the University of Connecticut. I just wanted to share a little bit about networked improvement communities and specifically how we're drawing on principles of networked improvement communities to try to support the implementation of the next generation science standards. Just briefly, networked improvement communities are networks of actors within a system that collaborate on a common aim or a pressing problem of practice. They do that by spending a lot of time thinking deeply about the system within which they're embedded and how it might lead to the problem that they're trying to address. They use improvement science principles to design, to test, and to refine innovations that might help them overcome the challenges within these systems. And they're connected so that in this connected network of collaboration, innovations can be accelerated or enacted quickly across the system when they're found to be effective, or at least spread and adapted across the system. So in our particular networked improvement community, we're focused on the implementation of the next generation science standards. These are particularly exciting, but also challenging because they offer a really different view of science teaching and learning that focuses on equitable participation by all learners in classrooms to where they're engaged, where students are engaged in sense making to figure out or explain events that happen in the world. This is quite different than what typically has happened in science classrooms, which requires us to think about how do we support teachers in learning new approaches to supporting these kinds of engagement in classroom? How do we create assessments that afford teachers the space to engage students in this way and also give them insight into the effectiveness of how they're engaging students? So our networked improvement community, we have networked actors, and these networked actors are different working groups. And so as an example, we have a mentoring teacher group. We also have a working group of district science coordinators. We have a working group of assessment educators that are focused on assessment. And these working groups are all coordinated or linked, I should say, by a leadership group. And the leadership group both helps organize and facilitate the meetings of those working groups, but also thinks about better understanding the work happening within those groups and how the different groups' work might intersect with one another, and then ways in which they can broker both communication and tools traveling across those groups. In the end, our aim is to support the development of a more coherent system, or a system that is more attuned to what's being sought as we try to change experiences of learners in science classrooms. So that's just a summary of what networked improvement communities are, and you can learn more about them at this website, but also you can find some of the resources that are emerging from our networked improvement community at this site, and we look forward to sharing more in the future, but also hearing from you as well.